Hi, I'm Haley from WTOL 11, and I am fascinated by the science and creativity behind some of our favorite local spirits. Well, today on Go 419 Spirits, I have traveled to Tiffin to learn more about some of the beers at the Laird Arcade Brewery. We are here with co-owner Eric at the Laird Arcade Brewery, aka the lab, where you can actually drink from a beaker without getting in trouble with the principal office. So, Eric, tell us a little bit more about the inspiration.
While we were searching for the brewery, we found this location in the historic Laird Arcade building. I'm sorry, not brewery. We were playing around with words and names. We still didn't have a name for ourselves yet, and kind of Laird Arcade, L-A-B, kind of put the pieces together at that point and developed a lab theme, which is what we kind of ran with, just so that when you walked in, it was kind of reminiscent of a high school lab.
I gotta say, the first time I walked in here, I was like, oh my gosh, this takes me back to my high school chem class. And then I was delivered beakers with my flight, and I was like, oh wow, this is kind of cool that I'm not gonna get in trouble for drinking from these. So I was way too excited. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the first brewery since Prohibition, or first legal brewery since Prohibition in Tiffin.
Correct. Yes, and that's ultimately what we wanted to give. Like, that was my reasoning for doing it, is I wanted to give something to Tiffin that I enjoyed, and I felt that there was enough like-minded people in the community that would enjoy it as well. And Rob and Andy, I can speak for them, and knowing that that's mostly what our intent was to give the community something that we all enjoyed, wanted everyone else to be able to have that experience.
I love that. So you have two beers with us today. Let's talk a little bit more about them. You have a holiday beer coming up too.
Yes. All right. So the beers we have in front of us right now, we have the Bailey Wicked, which I know is one of your favorites.
It is. Well, it's a combination of coffee and beer, but it's special coffee. It's not just any coffee, right?
No, it's not just any coffee. So Bailey Wick's Coffee Shop, which is a block away from us, she roasts her own beans, and we get a different coffee bean each batch when we brew a batch of beer.
Every time you come in, if you are a fan of the Bailey Wicked, you almost have to order every time, because you never know what kind of tasting notes you're going to get based off the coffee bean that dictates the flavor. Does that sound right?
Absolutely. Yes.
I mean, any reason to have to order it more often is a good reason to me.
It works for me too.
Yeah, you're okay with it too. And what else do we have in front of us?
So in front of us we have the Scotch Ale. We got at the Ohio Craft Brewers Cup. We got the bronze for the Scottish style ale.
Congratulations, that's exciting. So what do you have on tap for the holidays?
So coming up on tap, we have our Pecan, which is our Christmas porter or the winter warmer, and that is a maple pecan porter. Yes.
That sounds very good.
It'll oftentimes you can get it with a rimmed glass of cinnamon and sugar. So
that's the only way you can do it in the holidays,
absolutely,
right?
Yes.
I mean, is it really a holiday ale without the little rimmed glass? In my opinion, no. But you know, everyone can drink their beer how they want.
Each their own. We do have some bacon rimmed salt as well that you could rim the maple pecan porter with.
I lied about the cinnamon rim. Bacon rim, bam. That's the way you gotta do it. Well, Eric, should we conclude with our traditional cheers?
Absolutely.
All right, cheers. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning some of the science behind the beers here at the Laird Arcade Brewery. This is Go 419 Spirits. I'm Haley from WTOL 11. Cheers.